system itself that we're using on this particular customer's car is a full 304 stainless steel system. I'll go through the parts that are involved in it and what tailpipe options we have and what muffler options we have. So consequently, our top of the line systems that we build have their own individual dump pipe. This dump pipe's actually ceramic coated, so it's raw steel and it's coated in a ceramic coating. The reason for that is longevity, so you can put it on the vehicle and know you're not going to have to touch it for years and years. With the coating, it's coated inside and out, so it's keeping the heat inside the pipe and then obviously lessening the heat around the firewall and your feet, so it makes it more comfortable in the car. The other reason is when you've got 600 degrees, when on maximum top out of 10, 400, 300 in normal cruising conditions, that can fatigue normal mild steel tube. It'll actually end up crystallising and cracking up. So the extra expense is worth it for performance, for comfort and for longevity. We use the Pacific cap that's designed for the diesel engine. A lot more expensive than what are in most other systems. We have a flex, and I'll show you why we need the flex. Obviously on diesels they all have flexes. Connecting pipe, this actually goes up behind the cab to allow a toolbox. I'll show you that when we do the fitted up version on the car. That's our Gen 2 muffler, which basically is our quieter version that we recommend for our caravan towers. Less noise, less drone, so consequently the exhaust gas is pushed to the front, then a vortex is created, it swirls the exhaust gases, which is pulling and obviously helping the turbo and engine pull the exhaust gas out. The little side covers are where our sound deadening material is, so as the exhaust gas is going around, the sound waves are taken out with the exhaust, with the packing that's inside these covers. This is our Gen 1 muffler, which still works on the same principle, but doesn't have the facility for the sound deadening, which is what the young guys like, because this absolutely puts out the best V8 note you've ever heard on a diesel. So consequently we sell a lot of them for the younger generation. They're just using their trucks for work and recreation. Tailpipes. We have three options. This tailpipe is what we run on most vehicles. Basically just follows the same route. This tailpipe has been designed for those extras that people put on their vehicles. As you can see, what we've had to do is move the tailpipe out, and that allows for airbags, Firestone airbag in particular, and also on the Toowoomba there's a chap that makes a coil spring helper that goes on the leaf spring and on the chassis rail. So this tailpipe has been designed to get around those two products, and then will still come out in the same area on the back of the vehicle. Then the third option is for those people that already have a rear toolbox or want to run a rear toolbox. This particular tailpipe is what we're going to be using on the install on this particular car that we've got today. And the reason being, right here where this tailpipe comes out is where the guy wants to run a rear toolbox. So consequently, that's the tailpipe we'll be using. So I'll go through the mild steel standard system, sorry, the stainless system with you. Okay, so not to bore you too much, this is the standard system. Obviously, you don't have to be an Einstein to see that it's only 1 3/4 roughly off the back of the turbo. inside is very ugly and restrictive. You see the small pipe size. This should be only on maximum of 6-cylinder, more so a 4-cylinder, this pipe size. You'll see things like on the connecting pipes here, how it looks nice and fat, but actually it reduces right down on the flanges. And the tailpipe, it's all manual bend at the front here, but the tailpipe's all press bend, which is just what you do with a normal pipe bending, which you get at a normal exhaust shop. So consequently, when you see this system here, you can see the build quality, the large heavy duty hangers, and the fitment is designed for other products that you put on your vehicle. We always try and maintain, try and make it so it will fit with long range fuel tanks, other accessories. We try and get vehicles with these particular products on before we build a system, to leave any problems down the track when you decide to put on the exhaust.
Okay, as you can see, we've just started fitting up the system. Dump pipes on. We've got our port for our EGT gauges if anyone wants to run one. The mirror matched flange plates so that the system lines up. If you get these out of whack putting it on, you'll find you'll run out of by 10-15 mil when you get towards the back. So the system actually follows the same route, except when we get to the back of the cab. So basically it's up over the chassis, and we come to the back of the cab here where we actually cut across the corner of the cab to allow for a front toolbox. And as you see, we've fitted up the Gen 1 because that's what this particular customer wants. There's his airbag, so we're just, and the throws are just putting on the back mount, so there's enough clearance. And as you can see, it hugs around the fuel tank, and then basically what we do then is fit this hanger up. It just has 2 tack welds on the back. So that he can run his back toolbox now, which so your back rest come off and rear toolbox in. Generally the exhaust will come along here and come over here, so we've brought it under the tray there, so if they wanted to they can put another toolbox in there. So we only have to do the catch can and chip. Okay, as you can see, we've got the oil air separators all bolted in now. You can see the side screen and the drain tap, so it's accessible, easy to have a look at, just behind the rubber flap. And then we'll give you a top view how the hoses run. So we got the engine side, goes into the bottom of the can, and then it comes back up and goes back into the air intake. Every now and again it doesn't hurt to take your airflow meter out and clean it. There are purpose cleaners. You can use a contact cleaner, CRC actually do a dedicated cleaner called ear mat sensor cleaner. The better you keep that clean, obviously the more efficient it's going to be. And we've got the chip all set up now, so that's all wired in and sitting on the inside of the guard. It's bolted on there. Generally you can find somewhere to put them if the space has already been used. And then Snorkel Top's on. So basically it's ready to go back to the dyno and see what improvements we've got.